crazy. I'm gonna refresh and make sure the page shows the correct data. It's showing data, but it's saying offline. And it says 0 viewers. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now. It seems like Steam is having the same kind of problem, or Twitch is having the same kind of problems that this thing is having. Well, it's back to excellent, so let's see how it works. Yes, spooky illusion viewers. Yeah, get him. I might be wrong, but this wizard seems to be immune to damage. Also, he just fell in a pit and didn't die. Okay. Hey, Fisek. Welcome. This is, we're seeing something here. We're fighting the first Lord Wizard, who is apparently 100% invincible. Let's change this to... Sure, 109 is good. Let's see if we can overpower him with our own illusions. Our illusions can't fly, so they can't fight him. We're doing no damage to the wizard, by the way. Oh, oh! All right, Fisek. I hope business is good. We're gonna create a whole bunch of these illusions, and hopefully they were wearing him down very slightly. Ding-a-ling. So the problem is that this wizard, this enemy wizard, has just absolutely insane health regeneration. We might be able to hit him with explosion. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, this will generate him down. It's not true generation, but it's like... Oh, we got him! No, wait, he teleported! That son of a bitch! He teleported and immediately started throwing spells, which, by the way, casting spells requires life force. Piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit wizard. Get him! Now, in order to fight him, this is extremely dangerous, because in order to fight him, in order to kill him, we have to hit him with a melee attack. If we hit him with a melee attack, we'll get pushed off the edge. He's immune to pits, but we are not. He's been summoning demons, which are not water college spells. He must be a multidisciplinarian. The demon that he summoned cast fear on us. Yeah, we can't fight him there. There's no way we can... There's no way we could possibly fight him and win, because his minions would immediately push us off the edge. So we need to dispel all of his spells first. And he can cast spells faster than we can dispel them, which is a difficult thing. He tends to cast every single frame. He's regenerated 25% of his health, which I think is... Let's see, can we target him? No, we can't target him because there's too many other enemies in the way. It's not possible to target him. Okay. So now we need to switch back to explosion. Oh, he cast anti-magic on us. And he cast frog on us. Oh, we're dead. Guaranteed dead. Unless we can like get away from these edges, we're guaranteed dead. Basically. If you beat this game without cheats, you've wasted a significant portion of your life you could have used, that you could have applied to learning real skills. I think actually cheating at this game is more beneficial to your life than playing it without. Like, I don't know how you would be expected to do this without cheating profusely like this. Oh god. I think Lore Master is easier to beat than this game. Just in terms of like, raw numbers. You can probably speedrun Lore Master. Pray, 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 Judge. Also, I have no idea how long this, terror, I guess it is going to last. Or control? Oh, hold on now. Did terror take the... Yeah, terror took the place of flight time. Because they're doing some spooky memory management thing here. So when he casts his anti-magic spell, it takes the place... It takes the place of your flight spell. Go back to defense. I just want to point out the number of spells this guy has thrown, and his health is still at 25%. Casting spells uses your life force. There is no mana in this game. 640k. I think this guy just goes into spell spam mode once you reduce him to low life once. He just goes up here and like fucking goes into defense mode. It's like the aliens in Terror from the Deep that hide in closets and stack up their action points or whatever. Agony, control. Yeah, technically this game uses way more than 640k too. It uses like probably 3 or 4 megabytes of XMS or EMS or something. Chain stun. Enemy wizard summons have no time limit. They live forever, by the way. One more thing to remember. Okay, we can pause the game briefly while we select our spells. Alright, we're just gonna... Oh, we got fucking mind controlled. And we're gonna get pushed off the edge before we can do anything. Yep, we're dead. Like, this is... I just want to point out the amount of cheating that we're doing right now. We're entirely invincible. All of our spells are unlimited. The only thing that can kill us is falling in a pit or getting soft locked from being unable to move. And this is our 5th attempt, I think, at fighting the Lord of the Water Domain. So we're going to cast Magic Wings. We're going to freeze our flight timer. We're going to find the fucking wizard, who I think starts in the middle, maybe? Enemies get damaged and killed when they touch your Stonehenge. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Also, we were panicked for quite a while there. And he's going to make some walls. Walls hurt enemies, but... walls hurt your creatures, but they won't hurt enemies. If you try to use walls on enemies. I want that, but I can't get it because there are too many illusions in the way. I would like to blow up this generator here. But that's not going to work well. Let's see if we can dispel. I don't know if dispel causes generators to explode eventually. Yes, square Stonehenge. They didn't have advanced geometric shapes back then in the Magic Dimension. Okay, come on. Now what I want to see is if I can target the generator with this spell and have it destroy it, so that I don't have to switch spells, because switching spells takes a really long time, and it's interactive time. Okay, it is hurting the generator, so we can just spam this on the generator as fast as possible. I'm just holding down the key now instead of... Okay, we got the generator. We got one generator down. Now we need to see if it's just his spells or if there's another generator for ghosts somewhere. Because that's our biggest problem, is just this tremendous number of illusions that keep attacking us. So we need to see if there's somewhere that is generating them and dispose of it. That is not a ghost generator. We'll have to deal with that too. Their AI is actually... It's kind of interesting because the AI of the enemy wizards is such that they will try to cast an overriding status effect to remove your flight so that they can just wreck you. Okay, now if there was a ghost generator, if I was a ghost generator, where would I hide? Our square Stonehenge is already at half health, so we need to move away from this so that it stops taking damage for us. Yeah, if I was a ghost generator, where would I be? I guess it's just his spells. I guess he's just casting the ghost spell repeatedly. Oh, he did the thing. So we need to cast Fly again. And start wildly dispelling stuff. And the problem is that now we have to go fight him. Oh, we're dead. Instant death. Once again, instant death to a pit. So I guess we don't give a shit about the generators. We gotta go straight to the boss and kill him as fast as possible, because he's the one... He's casting spells so rapidly that we can't kill the stuff that he's creating faster than he can spawn it. Let's try that again. Turn all this shit on. Oh, we don't start with a spell selected, so we can't cast it immediately by hitting a button. Let's dispel these fuckers. Okay. Let's cast Magic Wings. Freeze our flight time. Get our Dispel spell up. Now he's casting spells from the south, but he's gonna end up in the northeast for some reason. I don't exactly know what's going on with that, but there he is. Alright, so we're gonna go Explosion, and we're gonna just cast Explosion on him repeatedly. Because Explosion can damage him, but it can't kill him. So you'll notice, he's also casting spells literally every frame, but he's also moving, which we can't do. We can't do those two things at the same time. Oh, he's turned us into a frog now, so we've lost a ton of valuable time. And you'll see how fast his health is regenerating now. He's not using healing spells, that's just his base regen rate. So now let's see if we can get Magic Wings to cast. Let's get out of here. Okay, let's... Oh, no, our flight time is over. Let's cast that again. That's how fast our flying spell is runs out, by the way. He's back up to half health, a third health already, from where we had him. Is that him to the right? Is he to the right? Or is he, like, down? It's kind of hard to tell because the demons that he summons also cast spells. So we gotta find him. I thought that might be him there, but it isn't. Pretty sure those are demon spells that are hitting us right now. Oh, those look like his spells. Up and left, further left. Gotta look for the direction that the sparkles come from. There's some sparkles coming from the left. Explosions that his demons cast are of less concern. I believe he must have teleported. Because there's no way he got over here this quickly. So he just instant teleported. I don't know where, though. He may have teleported a second time now. Since he can do so at will. Ah, yeah, that was him out on that little, like, peninsula thing, and then he teleported again. Where is he now? He seems to have stopped casting spells, so it'll be harder to track him down. We're just kiting this giant train of monsters all around the map. His demons are still in the northeast, so they're going to hit us pretty hard as we go looking. Oh, they're attacking our base now. There's no way to heal your base, and if the base is destroyed, you lose. So we're just going to lose now. For seemingly no reason. If I didn't know about that mechanic, I'd be really surprised when this, like... I'm actually surprised it didn't immediately game over us. I guess that's something. Oh, it's destroyed. All right. Oh, he cast a wall spell inside of it, which completely destroyed it. So there, we couldn't even have defended it if we were there to do so. It would have been impossible to do. He seems to have disappeared entirely. Just doing a little circuit around where all the enemies are, and there's no sign of our friend here. No sign of Mr. Wizard. Okay, that came from the north, I think. That came from up here somewhere. Perhaps he's hiding just behind where he destroyed our Stonehenge. That cloud spell is him, and that came from the right here. These spells are coming from directions that don't make a whole lot of sense. Like, those green sparkles came from the south, and they were prepared like right around here. Maybe he's using invisibility. That's a possibility as well. Oh, to the left. Yeah, see, I saw those sparkles come out of midair. I think he's like right underneath me. And I just can't see anything because he's invisible. And his invisibility has infinite duration. Just kill off all these extra things here. Of course it's the level with this fucking music, too. That's the hugest pain in the ass. I'm just gonna dispel everything. And this game sadly has no equivalent to like XCOM early psionics where you just kinda, you know, you struggle early on and then you get something that's like a satisfying repayment on the game. Even the dragons, like, you can't use them underwater. They have a hard time hitting ghosts. They can't kill enemy wizards, so they're of only mediocre usefulness. I think our wizard friend has completely disappeared from the map. Let's go down here to this other big cluster. Oh, there he is! Oh, and he teleported. He's just teleporting constantly. That's what he's doing. Oh, he appears to have teleported again. He's just been sitting down here summoning a whole bunch of stuff while we were killing his previous summons. For most of these fights, I'm just holding down the enter key, by the way. And letting the auto-targeting do its work. I try to get close to the enemies as possible so that it hits as soon as possible and doesn't stack up a lot of unnecessary damage. But it kind of can't be avoided with this method that there just are going to be a lot of wasted shots. Because it's much slower overall to actually try to target individual enemies and spread the damage out. So we need to find this wizard. He's over to the right. You can tell because his summoning spells are coming from the right, so he's this pink dot right next to a yeah, so we cannot target him with Dispel. We can only target his creatures. And so what we need to do is we need to get back round to our attack spell. To Explosion. And we lose a significant amount of time doing that. Now it's going to target this this illusion, which the illusion itself is immune to explosion. We can't hurt the wizard with the spell, which is what the illusion needs to get hit with. And he teleported again. So his teleport has no range limit. He could be anywhere on the map now. So we have to go searching for him again, and he will regenerate in the meantime. He's already regenerated 25% of his health. I'm hoping he's close. I'm hoping like... No, that's a zombie. That's not the wizard. He could be up here. Oh, that's another zombie. Let's kill off this extra zombie so we don't have to worry about it. Where could he be? Oh, that's a really terrible noise. Perhaps he's somewhere down here. We're gonna rave for a little while. Flying over a pit is a pretty risky proposition. Flying over a pit usually means you put yourself at risk for dying, because you might get your flying dispelled any moment. Try to get rid of this generator. That'll help reduce the number of enemies that show up, and we will have to fight them all later. Pretty sure... Okay, we can't target it yet. Might have done it. Okay, I think that might have done it. Let's blow up this demon. And that zombie. I think our wizard friend is over to the left here. Somewhere. I see wizard spells coming from the left-hand side. Oh look, he's summoned his own private army again. So we can reduce his health. And as soon as we try to get in there to... Oh, he's teleported again, hasn't he? He teleported again. So as soon as we try to get in there to, like, actually fight him... Oh no, he was only invisible. Now he's teleported. And I'm now getting stun locked by demon spells. So he'll be able to get away and regenerate a third of his health already. Which is pretty phenomenal. That's pretty good health regen that he's got there. He's invested heavily in that. So now at this point, we need to quickly turn off our flight spell. Oh no, he's teleported again. Looks like. To dispel this mess. I don't know where the wizard is right now, but oh, this is not fun or exciting or challenging. This wouldn't be challenging if it was limited resources. It would just be trying the level over and over and over and over again to get good RNG on the enemy behavior, so that the enemy wizard didn't teleport. You wouldn't be able to track him down in this way. We seem to be stuck. Oh, there's invisible enemies we couldn't see. Okay, now we can move. And our wizard friend is to the southwest, so we'll have to cast magic wings again when we're able. And have to set our flight time. Oh, Markane! Thanks for the host. I'm still at it. Still fighting the water wizard. I think I've been on this boss for like about an hour? It feels like an hour anyway. But welcome Markane and Markane's viewers to this inexplicable mess of a game. So the strategy here is... Hey Carl. So the strategy here is that although I'm invincible and have unlimited spells via cheats, I can still fall into pits. And even though I'm flying and I have unlimited flying time, he can still cast a debuff spell that will override my flying ability. So what I I need to do is I need to hit the enemy wizard with a barrage of explosion spells. I need to turn off my infinite flight time briefly. Oh, he teleported. We want this back on. So he'll occasionally teleport out. He seems to have teleported to the bottom left corner. He's cast the override spell on me. He turned me into a frog. Okay. So we need to turn off our flight time because the overriding spell will now... Oh! Let's see if we can get around this. Oh, we're getting cast... We got fear cast on us, I think. And we're dead. So that's what happens. That's what's happened pretty much every attempt at this boss. And so we're not going to do the whole death domain mechanic. Normally you go to the death domain and you have to find your way back to your Stonehenge to get back into the game, and then if you die permanently, you're dead. We're just going to load our save game and go back into it. Normally the approach would be to summon a large number of dragons to deal with the unlimited spawns of enemy monsters that the wizard casts. We don't have that option here because in the water domain you can't summon fire creatures. You can't cast most fire spells. So instead, we have to rely on our attack spells, and our attack spells are awful. At this point in the game, unless you took air magic as your main spell school, you will not have the ability to cast the highest level spells of your discipline. These white sheet monsters are called illusions, and they're immune to every spell in the game, every attack spell in the game, except Dispel and one other, like, utility spell that ends up functioning much like Dispel. You'll notice the enemy wizard can cast... he can cast spells every frame. He can also move and cast spells at the same time. So he can move and attack. He can do both actions every single frame. The game's frame rate isn't that high particularly, but it still means he can do twice as many actions as you at a baseline. The mechanism... I would think so, except that the game is normally this difficult. The game itself cheats incredibly flagrantly, starting from, like, Mission 3. Enemy wizards will cast spells that it is impossible to cast. It is impossible for you to cast because of plot magic stuff. Like, oh, this domain is incompatible with this spell, while the enemies can cast it anyway. The enemies can enhance their spells far beyond the range that you can enhance your own spells. I have the ability to summon these illusions myself, and they're practically useless. They die nearly instantly and don't do enough damage to even harm enemies, much less kill them. They usually die before they get a single attack off. We can spam this explosion spell, which is at max potency, constantly to lower his health, but we have to hit him with a sword attack in order to finish him off and beat the level. So now we've lowered his health down that he'll only take one hit to kill. You'll notice for a second there he healed to full. I don't know what that was about. But, so we're going to disable our infinite flight time because we can't hit him unless we're on the ground. And you'll notice his health is regenerating at least like a pixel or two every frame. And he's just teleported, so we're going to turn our flight spell back on. So he's somewhere else on the map now. We have to turn off that timer because the whatever override spell that is. Well, so that's the problem, is that we could force his HP to 0. We could find his HP. That's not a particularly difficult thing to do, but the trigger for the level end is a melee attack on him when a melee attack will adjust his HP to 0. So the trigger is the melee attack itself, not him running out of health. So we would still have the same problem of needing to track the boss down and melee attack him when he can literally teleport at any time. And since they don't die permanently, we'd have to hit him with a melee attack. Oh, we got hit by that spider web. And our flying ability doesn't help. Oh, now we're chain stunned. He's casting spells from here, but he's not here. He's further south. I see the spells coming out. He must be to the southwest. It's risky flying over the pits because if we get hit by that debuff, also the controls for spells are absolutely insane. There's no keyboard shortcut to change between spells normally. You can do it with the upper number row, which acts as a number pad. So you can like hit 4, 6, 2, and 8 to move the cursor between like defend, dispel, and that kind of stuff. But doing it that way doesn't give you the protection that clicking with the mouse does of pausing the game for a quarter of a second every time you click. We need to clear out some of these extra enemy spawns. Otherwise the map just gets overrun with creatures and you never find a place where you can actually fight him and do the final melee blow safely. Enemies have knockback against you and prevent your movement. Very much like Left 4 Dead, for example, uses a similar system where, like, if you're adjacent to an enemy, you don't have free movement. You have to defeat the enemy in order to move. There's no way to push enemies back and no way to free yourself. You can only move directly away from an enemy when they're engaged with you like that. When you're flying, you can move away, no problem, and ground enemies typically can't attack you. We're using the Dispel spell here to get rid of these enemies. It does slightly less damage than the Explosion spell, but it can target these illusions. The illusions can't be targeted by the Explosion spell, or any other attack spell for that matter. It's possible that the Dispel spell affecting them is actually just a bug, and that they're meant to be entirely immune to magic. We gotta see if this guy is up here, maybe. We don't know where he is, so we're just kind of exploring the map now, looking for him. That's a terrible noise, and I don't know what makes it, so I can't avoid it. Oh, that's the spell that takes away our flying. he's blocked that off. So now we need to go to modify, and we need to cast Magic Wings again, and then lock our flight time. The Magic Wings and the and whatever that debuff is that he cast, use the same memory bite for their timer. So if you get affected by one, it takes the other one away, forcibly. Something to note for normal gameplay here is that for the player, casting spells would normally take away from your HP. You can't just cast spells indefinitely like this, even if you have enough copies of the spell that you've prepared from the resource management part of the game. And the reason that this is notable is the enemy wizard has such high HP regen that he can cast spells effectively unlimited in an unlimited capacity without reducing his HP, and he still regenerates faster than he removes his HP. You'll see our HP kind of dropping momentarily for each spell that we cast. Oh, the enemy wizard's also immune to the Dispel spell, which is necessary to kill the illusions that he conjures. So we got lucky, and he didn't cast the illusion spell there. It's very likely that he will teleport away before we can get the hit in on him. Oh, his HP regenerated so much that we couldn't hit him for the killing blow. And he's teleported, it looks like. Unless he's just invisible. It's possible he's just invisible here. Oh, now he's teleported. Finding his exact location in memory would be rather difficult. That would be a very difficult cheat to ascertain. His health would... Oh, we're moving randomly because of a spell someone cast. So it walked us straight off a cliff. So I'm not sure, I'm actually not really sure how you're meant to beat these enemies with entirely unlimited resources, much less the limited resources you would have if you were playing this game normally. We'll give this one more shot. We'll give this one more shot with this boss. We'll try to go just straight for him. Oh, we need to cast that again. One other mechanic that I haven't really dived into in a minute is you'll notice that third health bar in the center, bottom center of the screen. That's our Stonehenge, our square Stonehenge's health bar. If that goes to 0, something really bad happens. Like I think you can't complete the mission or something, or you have to do something to repair it. I thought it was an instant game over. By the way, here's him standing in a pit, not taking damage. What I want to happen here is I want him to stay flying. And I want to fucking blow him out of the air. Oh, he teleported. He teleported in the middle of getting fucking owned. Okay, is he gonna let me... Is it gonna let me do the thing? Oh no, he teleported again. I'm pretty sure he teleported again. I don't see him there. The fuck was that? Oh, he's there. He's just invisible. Bad guy! I didn't even notice that! His name is Bad Guy. His name is Bad Guy. Oh, he's in the air! Okay, he's at 0 health. And I can't harm him. He just teleported again. I can't harm him. I can't harm him with my sword. His health regen is too fast, I guess. Because I can't be casting and, like, hit him at the same time. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. He's already got like 500 health back. Oh yeah, his spells have no casting time too. Even the ones that are supposed to have casting time. Like, I can wait for him to walk over a pit, and then he'll cast flying. He doesn't even cast flying, actually. He just starts flying. Okay, I know the direction in which he well, it doesn't help. I know he teleported this way because all of my explosion spells went off this way. Unless they were just going off in some random direction. But now I need to walk around these dudes. Yeah, no, he teleported so friggin' far away. And he gets back like 500 health every time he teleports because it takes me so long to get to him. Why am I targeting myself with explosion? Oh, I have control on, which makes me target myself, and I can't target him. Let's see. Basic search. Search for 16. Search for 8. Search for 40. Search for 0. Okay, it's one of these two. Let's try it. Bad guy health. Right, this is a relatively safe area to land. Oh, it's not safe anymore. It's not safe anymore. Okay, we need to, like, maneuver and cast our modifier spell. Lock our flight time. I'll just casually walk away while he's continuing to cast these spells nearly every frame. Oh, he teleported. I think it was teleport. It's hard to tell between teleport and invisibility. He's further south. There he is. Let's turn off infinite flight time. Oh, we're just gonna get pushed off the edge. He seems to have gone somewhere. Oh, we can't cast personal modifier spells on ourselves when we're under control. We can't buff ourselves. He teleported. Where did he teleport to? Look at this. Look at this spell spam. It's just constant. And yeah, it started doing this like insane spell spam stuff long before I started cheating at the game. It's actually why I started cheating, was because of this like insane difficulty spike that started. This is using the regular melee attack that's like supposed to be your kind of bread and butter. And it's about 3-to-1 killing enemies compared to his rate of spawning them. So it's literally impossible to win the kind of battle of attrition using melee attacks. I thought I saw some of his spells coming from the north, but now I see him down here. Okay. No, it's the real in-game music. It's just completely inappropriate. He teleported. Oh, he disappeared again. He's just invisible now. Okay. Let's try to lower our flight timer so we can just. No. he's just walking across a pit without, like... Maybe he's using the Ghost Walk spell or something, but... Enemy wizards are just immune to pits. They're 100% immune to pits. They can just walk over them. And to disguise that fact, it auto-casts the fly spell whenever they encounter a pit, unless they're under some other status effect. Oh, that's these guys casting those green spells. Whatever those do. I don't even know where the main wizard dude went. It looks like maybe he's here. Invisible between these guys. Yep, there he is. And he just teleports away. It might not be possible to complete this game. It might be literally impossible. I don't know if it's a bug in the... We can't cast fly on ourselves again until control expires. Like, unless I'm missing some serious mechanic. We've already upgraded our sword to the maximum level that you can get at this point in the game. The way it does memory checks is it... I mean, unless, like, you're not supposed to fight this guy and you're supposed to, like, go in here and get this item and then just immediately leave. Which is fucking suicide. Alright, what do we get? A pomegranate and a sapphire pomegranate. So, like, we can't even do that. I'm just gonna grab these faces. No, I don't need I need the cursor to not be there. I'm gonna grab these faces. Screenshot these faces. Check the domains to see if there's big chests there. No big chest in air. We already did fire. We've already seen the earth face. There's one big chest in earth. So the earth guy's dead already. Oh, right. I'm still freezing the memory address for his health. And it still took him like 5 update cycles. Look at this guy! Look at this guy. Alright, Dr. Magic. 3 chests here. And ethereal. can't wait to see these guys get beat up later. But I'm gonna have to do some research on how you're supposed to fucking actually harm any of these people. Oh, look at this fucking level. These fucking layouts. Maybe if I set the flags for flying and locked those instead of the flying timer, then he wouldn't be able to override it with a different status. Because the flying flag would stick. Also, just to demonstrate, if I turn off infinite health, let's find one enemy. One, like, zombie enemy, which are the, like, weak enemies. The weakest enemies. One zombie enemy drains her health this quickly. Like, look at that. And then when this illusion starts attacking, it takes off 2 pixels of health every ding. Every little ding-a-ling. Like, you can barely fight off one of those, like 2 of those guys without losing half of your health. Your basic health regen is 1 point every 2 seconds. So the wizard's health regen is, I think, 500 times yours? Something like that? Anyway. It's late. I'm out of patience with this game. So we're gonna shut it down.